also they're throwing vets out of being able to have a place to live in order to accommodate the migrants. And the White House is saying that the border is not out of control. Yeah, the White House lies every time they open their mouth, too. I mean, there's obviously, you'd have to be completely brain dead not to see all the videos going up of people there at the border. It's out of control. Not just there in California. You know, you hear about there's also the California border at Tijuana and San Diego. Yeah, has people coming from, like Colombia, like really sketchy, lots of people. So, deliberately designed, Clower and Piven all the way, Marxist agenda all the way, Bill Ayers, Saul Alinsky, Obama, whole agenda. Definitely, it's all, you see it absolutely playing out. So our government, this is not America. Our government is not America. They do not respect or protect the Constitution or our rights. And even if there are ones there that are trying to with asking questions, there's nothing they can do because they can't force any law department to do anything, because all the law departments, the FBI, the CIA, all of them are corrupted with nothing but criminals. They're not, they are about law for the criminals. So it is not America, okay? Let's be honest. If you're an American, you're living in a foreign country. So the only thing I can see that you possibly can do, because I've said before, you can't rise up against them. That's what they want. They want everybody to go to war with them. Is pray. That's the number one thing more than anything, is pray. The power of prayer is unbelievably stronger than people imagine. And the other thing is, if you work, then go next time you go into work, ask HR to give you a new tax form so you can put exemption. They really don't have a right to ask you why either. They don't. But it's very simple. Since the government itself isn't going to follow their own laws, then I'm not going to pay them a dime. Why am I going to pay a corrupt government that's doing corrupt things, that's sending my money to Ukraine and God knows what else, and all these universities to do all these unbelievably sick, disgusting things in their research? Why am I going to pay a government that does not represent the American values? It doesn't even represent the Constitution whatsoever. It's been totally discovered from the Durham report that they outright spied on Donald Trump. There's no misunderstanding here. The FBI targeted and spied on him. That's how out of control those men and women are. Unbelievable. They went after a sitting president based on nothing, and they made up lies, and they lied under oath, and they continue to lie. And you know what? This idea that they put out this statement about how, we've changed things, we'll do better next time. Bullshit. You don't even have a charter. You're not legit anyway. You don't have a charter, which is why they go around doing whatever the hell they want. They are not legit. They are not legal. They have no standing in America. But then again, we're not in America. They are nothing but Tony Soprano thugs. All of them. All of them. Every single one of them. They are lawyers with badges, and lawyers are shady. Let's face it. And the CIA the same way. These people work to protect pedophiles. That's what they do. That's what their claim to fame is protect the pedophiles. I mean, talk about utterly disgusting. Likely because most of them are maybe pedophiles too. Yeah, they probably have done some things, shady things they shouldn't do. Well, obviously they have. They deliberately targeted a sitting president based on no evidence whatsoever. Lied, every time they open their mouth. I mean, I don't think Jim Comey would be able to recognize the truth when he speaks it. I don't think he knows what truth is. But then again, I don't think anybody in the FBI knows what truth is. So we're not living in America. There is nobody, there may be people in Congress that do want to help the country or return America to the Constitution. But the fact is there's no agency that they can direct to go and arrest these people. The Biden administration should be arrested. The FBI should be arrested and dismantled, the CIA as well. I mean, the list goes on and on, the amount of predators, criminals, outright thugs that should be arrested. And instead, these thugs are just running around the country, destroying it, while the Biden administration sits by and allows, with all of their organizations, unions, and institutions that got on board with them, allowing our country to be flooded so that we become so weak that do you even recognize? I don't even recognize America anymore. I don't recognize it. So it's one thing for me to pay taxes in a country where they're upholding the Constitution, but when you're not upholding the Constitution, when the government itself is not being committed to following their end of the Constitution, then there's no reason that's exemption. That's exemption from taxes. Because I pay taxes under a United States Constitution. So when the government no longer represents that United States Constitution, and they don't, they got rid of free speech a long time ago, years ago. They've targeted innocent Americans, one that was a sitting president, no less, and we elected. Everything, and they don't do anything about the people that have harmed children, and they are deliberately destroying our country with open borders. So that is not a government whatsoever that represents this country, that represents the Constitution. So since they broke their end of the agreement of standing and holding up the United States Constitution and respecting that and abiding to it, then I don't think any American should have to pay taxes. End of story. It is the exemption. Your exemption is the fact that that I paid taxes when I was under a system where the United States government respected the United States Constitution and made sure that our values and rights were protected. But now that I'm in a foreign country, well, it's like I'm an illegal immigrant. I shouldn't have to pay a dime. So nobody should. Go into your employer and ask for your new task form, and you'll find a box near the bottom, I think, of the page that says exemption. Check the box, nothing else. And within a couple of pay cycles, it'll be done. There's no reason any American should have to pay taxes when we no longer are living in America.